Happy Sunday, everybody. I hope you were in your happy place today. I'm sorry to bother you. I thought about leaving you alone. Then I got a prompting, but this is a message of peace. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this. I think this is going to be a good Sunday message, a good Sunday vibe. So stick in there. I'm Jared. This is RedRacer Video, former car vlogger, and I'm an independent citizen journalist. Thanks to you, the viewers. You have made this possible, and in a big way, thank you to everyone who is supporting the channel. There are 3 links down below: Patreon, PayPal, and Venmo, where you can support the channel if you see value as you watch this, and only if you see value, consider supporting down below at one of the 3 links. Let's dive into it, guys. This is what I'm thinking, okay? So this is what happened to me today. I was in my backyard in my happy place. Well, my kids didn't think I was cool today, and they wanted to go play with their friends, so almost my happy place. But I was just relaxing, right? Doing what I always do, doing my research, listening to some people talk, listening to some polls that I obviously have very little faith in. And there was one that struck me that, believe it or not, I actually had a lot of faith in. And it was a poll that's come out recently about different sets of voters and their confidence in their ability to express their concerns or their opinions in public. We're kind of talking about cancel culture, if you will, right? And it kind of prompted me to make this video about a number of different things, honestly. I don't even know what I'm going to call this one yet, like a lot of the videos that I make. But 77% was the number for Republicans about the amount of them that feel like they cannot voice their opinions publicly without backlash, cancel culture, physical attacks. I mean, the people are afraid to voice their opinions. And for what it's worth, even 52%, I believe, of Democrats even said that they didn't want to voice their opinion right now. So the majority of everyone right now doesn't want to go out and speak their opinion about the way things are going. That was a big eye-opener for me for a number of different reasons. For one, that's what they want, guys. They want us quiet. They want you to think you can't speak out. So I get, and I've said this in other videos also, I get why a lot of people kind of just want to stay on the DL and not really be loud. They don't have, and I've said this before also, you guys don't need to go be RedRacer Video, but right now we cannot stay silent. President Trump keeps saying that the silent majority is stronger than ever. He's trying to rally the troops. He's trying to make you guys understand how the majority we are. Another thing I want to say here, I'm not talking Republican or Democrat. I'm not. The barrier, the 2-party system, and I know a lot of people in the comments throughout a lot of my videos have said, I hate the 2-party system. It's dumb. I agree. For what it's worth, this is probably going to surprise a lot of people. I don't vote Republican. I vote mostly Republican as of late because I just can't let any Democrat get in power right now because it scares me to death. There's Leo, where's Leo from? I don't know if he switched to the Republican Party yet or not, but the guy on the news the other day that just shocked the world by saying, you know, I'm down for Trump finally. And Trump gave him some credit on the interview. It was actually a really funny interview. But this is not a political thing. This is not a pick a side thing. I actually think of myself as an independent because I don't ever just side with a group. I don't do group think. I just don't. Really quick also, guys. You know, when I say really quick, you guys know I'm never really quick. But 2016, for what it's worth, and I've said this in I think in other videos too as well. So I know I'm repeating some things here. 2016 was my first election that I decided to finally get, you know, registered vote for. Prior to that, I had started to be kind of vocal. I was vocal for the wrong side in Obama's first election because I thought that was the nice thing to do, right? Get a black dude in office. I was cool with that. I had lots of friends of all different races. I thought that would be a very good thing for the country, like I think a lot of people did, but I didn't vote. At that time, I would have probably identified myself as a Democrat. I didn't really do a whole bunch of homework. It just, what I heard was that, you know, they had the programs that help people and lift people up, you know, all this stuff, all the talking points you normally hear, right? Republicans are just greedy and Democrats help people. So, which we know now could not be farther from the truth, but that's where I was at. 2016, I just saw the world turn upside down because Donald Trump said he was going to run for president. And I went off of just values. I voted on values. 100%. Called somebody that's very close to me that I look up to. Said, hey, how can I vote for this guy after the whole grab her by the pee thing? You know, just, I do worry that maybe he's not the guy, but I also didn't think Hillary was, I obviously didn't want to vote for her. But the person I called said, you know, just vote on values and vote on what they'll do for the country and what they're saying they'll do for the country. And even at that point, like a lot of you probably, that didn't feel like a super solid plan for me because we all know what politicians say and then what they turn around and do. And in 2016, when I voted for Donald Trump, I did have concerns that he was a hothead and he was going to like have his finger on the nuke button just waiting. And I did think that, man, he's got a lot of business in the country. I feel like all he'll do is do things that enrich him and make his businesses better. And I had all the same concerns that probably a lot of people did going in. And for a second here, I'm gonna beat on my Trump drum for a minute. Voting for him was the best thing I could have ever done. And I know that right now they're doing everything they can on every single news station all day, every day to make people think that our country is in turmoil right now. Because even though most people are smarter than to think that it's Donald Trump's fault, the whole voting thing, and Tucker talked about this, I watched it today. I don't even know which day he said it, but he brought up the fact, actually, I think it was Hannity, brought up the fact that a big part of voting is just direction of the country. Are we headed up or are we headed down right now? And that is absolutely what the Democrats are just banking on right now, is keeping everyone thinking that the country right now, currently, is in HE double hockey sticks, because that will reflect badly on the current president come re-election time. That's the game plan, okay? I want really quickly, and again, I'm never really quick, but I say that anyway, I want to highlight just a few things. Let's just talk about what's happened since our president's come into office. First of all, let's highlight a couple of things that they swore to us. He was a Russian agent. He had been colluding with Russia, and he was Putin's henchman, or whatever, all the different stupid names they gave him. All these things that never now held up. In the very beginning, what did he tell us? I'm going to build a wall. Mexico's going to pay for it. All these different things he said that everybody thought was just really, really crazy, right? Like, they'll never do these things. They'll never really, like, we can't get this to happen, right? He's not going to actually be able to just, what did Barack Obama say? You just do a magic wand where you can just wave it and bring our economy back, our industry back. He did, quite literally. Lowest employment ever. Lowest black unemployment, lowest Hispanic unemployment, lowest Asian unemployment, lowest everything. Highest stock market numbers. It almost was like a magic wand. He did build the wall he told us he was going to build. Little fun note there, I did see that a flipping hurricane force winds took down part of the wall today. You would have thought they would have considered hurricane force winds, right? But, whatever. It went up really fast though, right? But getting back to it, everything that the dude has said to us has been right, and he hasn't been lying about. He was being spied on. That is coming out in a big way. If the roles were reversed right now, Donald Trump's whole family would already be arrested. All of his vice president, everybody else would already be arrested and indicted. Flynn would be back in prison again. Roger Stone would be in prison. I mean, it would be just everyone. Everyone who knew anyone would be in jail. But yet we now know, as clear as it can be, that Obama, Biden, and every powerful person around them in that administration was spying on our president before, during, and after the election. There's not one person in jail yet. I'm not saying nothing is happening. I'm not jumping on the nobody's going to jail bandwagon. But I'm just trying to illustrate that right now, not only has nothing happened, one of them is running for president. I'm circling back to the whole why do I support Donald Trump thing. This is why I support Donald Trump. Because how on earth can you support the other people? There's no guesswork anymore in the evil they have done and they have been a part of. All the crazy conspiracy theory things that they are shutting thousands of accounts online right now down for saying are all true and have been proven true. The Pizzagate stuff, the Pedowood stuff, the spying stuff, the Obamagate stuff, all the stuff that we were kooks for saying and that Donald Trump was a liar and a Russian agent for saying, it's all being proven true, all of it. So let's assume for a minute that you just can't get your mind around the fact that all that stuff's true. You don't believe me. Okay, fine. I lied about all that. I didn't, but I'll give you that just for argument's sake for a minute. How do we discount or ignore the fact that Chicago is a war zone at night right now? How do we discount the fact that Seattle is a war zone at night right now? How do we discount the fact that there are cities just ripping themselves apart? Women, children, men, everyone just being shot dead in the streets. Also in those same cities, police are being defunded. Why would you ever defund police in the middle of all these things happening? Same thing at the same time, they've got news cameras telling everybody there's just peaceful protesting going on in these cities and that they don't need help. And now the president's trying to help them by getting like gang task force and drug task force people in there to help. And the cities are freaking out and saying that he's a dictator because he's trying to keep people from in our country from being killed. Think about which side of this argument you're on. And I get that there's still a lot of people out there that just don't like our president still because he's just too smug or he's whatever. I still could see how there's some people that wouldn't love the dude. I personally now just think it's hilarious and I get what he's doing and I know he's just trolling everybody. He's playing chess and he knows exactly which one of their buttons to push. But for the people that can't see that and they just hate him because he's kind of a dick sometimes or whatever, okay, fine. But you still can't ignore the fact that Obama and Biden and his whole administration spied on a incoming administration. If that doesn't bother you, that should scare you to death. They tried to keep power, which means they tried to keep the power from the people, which is me and you. There are people out there that are okay with government controlling us. No! We control them. They work for us. Stop being so scared. You're way more powerful than you think. You're way more capable and way stronger than you believe. You don't need the government to do stuff for you. That's what Donald Trump is trying to show you guys. And the dude's not patting his pocket in the meantime. He's given away his presidential money and he's lost, they estimate, over $1 billion of business. And put him and his family absolutely as the most persecuted people on the planet. He's doing it for us. I'm sorry. You may not think so, but he is. And when he just keeps stacking up thing after thing that he tells us is going to happen that happens, you have to kind of wonder, why would that be? I want to address one more thing. There's people out there losing their minds because he said to Julian Maxwell, I wish you well. I don't really know her that well, but I wish her well. Hope she's going to be okay. And everybody's like, oh, see, if she's such a pedo, why is he wishing her well? Because he was being a smart A, and he was pointing out the fact that the last person involved in all of this that was in jail supposedly killed himself / was murdered. Maybe he's still alive and they're just protecting him. Who knows? But that was Donald Trump's way of poking fun and saying, hey, P.S., remember what they think happened to the last guy? Hope you stay safe. That's what he was saying. You guys got to start reading between the lines. You got to start watching what's going on. You got to start seeing that these cities that people are just dying every single night in run by Democrats. You got to start seeing that all the places that all the deaths from COVID happened run by Democrats. You got to start seeing that the fact that the lab that the virus was released from was funded to the tunes of millions by a Democratic president named Barack Obama. You just can't keep ignoring thing after thing after thing after thing, guys. You can't. This is getting serious. Our country is scary right now. People are shooting at each other left and right. I'm very grateful I live in a place that's not quite like that. But I know some of you people live in places that it is like that. And I don't like that. In one of the groups that I'm in, and what we were talking today, and there was a little chat about how things are getting wild, and there's going to be more bloodshed, and You know, there are some people that think it will get real wild. I'm still holding on to hope that it doesn't get like that, guys and gals. I don't want that. I don't. It's the last thing I want. I'm not scared if it comes to that because I'm prepared. Food, water, and lots of weapons. Like that thankfully is not super scary for me, but it's not something I look forward to. The last thing I want to do is go and have to, you know, like fight somebody because we misunderstand one another. Because I still maintain that a lot of people out there that hate Donald Trump because he's a Republican and they think that they are Democrats. But when I talk to people outside or when I meet, you know, neighbors or talk to, the only place that the world seems like it's absolutely chaotic is on my phone and on my laptop. Because when I go to the restaurant like we did with my family today with no masks on, by the way, and they served us, big shout out to the Olympian restaurant. You guys are amazing. They did say required. They were following rules. I explained to them we couldn't have them. They served us. So there are businesses that are standing up. There are a lot of people standing up. They do not decide what the laws are, guys and gals. We do. And they work for us still. Please don't forget that. Please remove the I hate Trump blinders and try to listen with logic and understand that even if you do hate Donald Trump as a person, you still have to be able to see that he's the president we should have. He absolutely masterfully leading this country. If we had anyone else leading us through all these events, they would have played these same events out, Donald Trump in or not. I fully believe that. But it would have been how they took all of our freedom away and forced all the new normals and did force vaccines and did force chips and all of that stuff. Oh, by the way, Donald Trump is, the Trump administration, the White House started a petition that I signed. If I can remember, I'll try to put the link in the description, but I think we'll be way over the ones we need, but to keep mandatory vaccinations from happening. So to all the people out there that swore Donald Trump was going to do mandatory vaccinations, no. And to all the people out there that swore that Donald Trump wasn't going to cover pre-existing conditions in the health plans that the Republicans were going to launch, also no. The dude's a lot more solid human than any of you guys want to give him, not any of you guys, than a lot of people out there want to give him credit for. The media's lying. They are the enemy. And the Democratic Party is off the reservation 100%. I don't think they make it through this. I'm not telling you guys to go be Republicans. Vote your values. Do not group think. I love you all. Jared RedRacer video. One more time, if you like this video and don't think I'm dumb, 3 links down below where you can support the channel. Thank you to everybody that's done that so far. I'll see you guys tomorrow, RedRacer video. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your Sunday, guys and gals.